start us off here. Hi again. Okay. All right, so I know Shaq said it was going to be kind of like a super Saturday theme today, so we're going to make it very quick and short today. I did want to recap on last month. Our team did about 16,000 of premium last month, so good job. What's really cool about that is the 16,000 is not personal premium. Our team did a lot of that. And I always think to myself, like, what can I do to help my team grow? If I'm thinking about the business, that's mainly what I'm thinking about. So let's see who wrote business last month. We had Willa and Jeff, Michelle, Kai, Sean and Tay, Brandon and Jeanette, Lynn and Nicholas, Peter and Tia, Courtney, and Ann do 5,000 of premium. So give it up to them. Means that they're using their license, they're making money, and what's really great is that 5 of these people I listed are actually partnerships. And I love partnerships, that's how we got into the business. And speaking of partnerships, I'll bring up Peter here. He's the best closer I know. He closed me on a date 12 years ago. It took him about 6 months of following up, but then eventually closed me to get married, closed me out to have 3 kids. So
Good morning, everybody. I want to say that there's nowhere I'd rather be than right here with everybody, because we have an opportunity every Saturday morning to come here to learn and to get better, and that's incredible because that's not available for everybody. If you continue to learn and you continue to get better, your life will continue to get better, and as your life continue to get better, the people around you will continue to get better, your family, your friends. And I think that's really important, because the best gift you can give to your family and friends is self-improvement. Right? Get better every day. And so with that being said, I encourage everybody who is new to Primerica, who's recently just got licensed to Primerica, to go for district leader. Okay? District leader is what we call the building block of the Primerica business. And what does that mean? Like if you go, I can pretty much argue that that's probably the most important promotion you can get here, to become a district leader, because it proved to yourself that, hey, you can make it here. It proved to yourself that, hey, I can be self-employed, I can be a successful entrepreneur if I can get promoted to district leader. And there's a couple of reasons as well, because if you can become a district leader, then you learn how to do it, then you can lead other people to become a district leader. And here, you don't have to recruit people, you don't have to build a team, but that's the best thing about it. You can recruit people, you can build a team. You don't have to run somebody else's business, you can build your own business here. And if you can develop 6 district leaders, you're on your way to become a regional vice president of the company. Right? But there's a couple of reasons besides that. But I think the reason why you should go for district leader is because you're going to make more money. As a district leader, you earn twice as much as a representative of the company. Who would like to make 100% more income? Another thing is that as a district leader, you get to enjoy this thing called override. Who here know what override is? Not everybody. So I was talking to Willa and Jeff over dinner the other day, and then Willa was talking to me how she wanted to get into a high ticket sale. And I was telling her, there's one thing you haven't not experienced in this business yet. It's called override. It's a completely different feeling when you make override. Right? So I'm going to go a little bit deeper into what that means, but let me just break down to you guys a little bit more about what that means when, as a district leader, you make more money. So how we get paid here is that the first license all of us is going to get is our life insurance license. Okay? So as a life insurance producer, we market probably the best product in the industry. We market the most affordable product in the industry. So typically, people pay about $300 for life insurance a month. Our average client pay about $84 a month for life insurance. Right? So a third of what they typically pay. So if you're in sales, you're able to offer something that's a third of the cost of the average. You're in a pretty good position, right? Now the next thing is that, let's say you don't actually get paid for that one monthly premium, you get paid for the whole year. So in life insurance, you take the number 84 average, multiply by 12 months, and that's come out to what we call an annual premium. So your commission is based on the annual premium. As a representative, you earn 25% of the annual premium, so you help a client, you make $250. As a district leader, you make 50% of the annual premium. You help a client, you make $500. You help a client a week, that's $2,000 a month, part-time income. You can go to school, you can work your full-time job for 1 client a week, $2,000 income, right? Now, the difference between the earning percentage is what we call a spread. And the spread is an override earned by the district leader. What does that mean? Right? So if a district leader make 50% and the rep make 25%, what's the difference, guys? And you guys are good at math. 25%, awesome. So keep this in mind, okay? This is what an override means. Override is a type of commission paid to a superior broker, agent owner, or team leader, based on the production of the agent, broker under them. It's basically a percentage of the commission generated by your team. Right. All of us here can figure out how to make money for ourselves. Imagine if you have somebody else on your team making money for you. Right. You be in an ownership position. How many opportunity out there is talking to you about having somebody helping you make money? They're only talking about you helping them make money most of the time. If you're working at a job or anywhere, right? So here, from day one, you have the opportunity to learn how to make override. I use ChatGPT. So I'm going to explain to you how this really works, okay? Let's just pretend you're a district leader here, and let's explain the compensation and how much you earn from earlier. Let's say you're a district leader, you're making 50%, you have a representative on your team making 25%, you have 3 reps on your team making 25%. You help somebody get licensed, they become a rep on your team, okay? One guy say, hey, I'm gonna get a client this month. He get a client that's $1,000 annual premium, 25% of that, he make $250 commission. You have another guy, he say, you know, I'm gonna do a little bit more than that. I'm gonna get 2 clients this month, that's $2,000 annual premium. He make $500 part-time. And then you have a superstar on your team. Maybe you went 4 deep, this person got licensed. Say, you know what, I wanna get promoted to district leader. You can get promoted to district leader without recruiting a single person. You get 5 clients, average $1,000 each. You make $5,000 of annual premium, 25% contract. That person makes $1,200. But the spread between you and them is 25% in it. So let's say 1,000 plus 2,000 plus 5,000, that's 8,000 of 25% override. That's $2,000 of passive income. That's a district leader. This is why you should get promoted to district leader. Because you can start making money. I still remember when I was first got started in the business, and you know, the first person I recruited immediately was my wife. She did not know what's going on. She gave me her license to sign up, right? And after that, I'm excited about the opportunities. So just telling all my friends, hey, I'm getting my license and insurance. I'm very excited about this. And one of my friends was I was working in the kitchen, so I was a chef at a restaurant, and one of my friends was basically the head server. So I run the back, he runs the front. And he said, oh, you quitting this job? I said, yeah, man, I'm tired of working for Mr. Chung. Right? So, I said, what are you gonna do? I said, I'm gonna get my life insurance license again, the life insurance industry. You know what? He joined me. He got his license as well. And then he had a guy who was training as a server. He recruited that guy. His name was Caleb. So me, Caleb, and Kenny, we went out there to get licensed together. Right? Mr. Chung. Mr. Chung's the owner of the restaurant. And so he's just fine though. The moment we left, he just found somebody else. That's the reality of a job. The moment you quit, they're gonna find somebody else. You think you're important? So, you know, when this happened, we all went out to get licensed, and because I did that, I also talked to my friend about, hey, I'm getting my license in life insurance, and one friend was like, hey, you know, I want to get life insurance because my whole family is dependent on my income. Right? So we help them get life insurance. And then the other friend who was a macho, married, kids, homeowner, right? We went on a field training appointment. My trader was a stud. He's hot closed him, walk him out to the car, get his checkbook, got a coverage from him, and you know, through that field training process, we got promoted to district leader. We actually got promoted all the way to the division leader because Kenny and Caleb both went district leader on the same month that we did. And we had a trip already set out to go to California. So I was in California for about 3 weeks to visit my grandma. And it was the greatest thing because while I was in California, I made $750 because Kenny wrote business when he was here. Kenny wanted to make money. Kenny didn't care I wasn't here. He went out there, he wrote business, and because I made an override. That was the first time in my life, 45 days into the business, experienced override. So I was telling Jeff and Willa, you know, once you experience that, man, it's incredible. Because now it's unlimited. Money can come from anywhere, right? So with that being said, you know, we all should go for district leader. We all should ask our trainer, what do we need to do to become a district leader, right? So it's really pretty simple. How do you get promoted to district leader. So a lot of people tell us in this business, they're like, hey, you know, I don't want to get into America. It's one of those things we have to recruit people. I have to recruit people, and then they have to pay to join the company. Sound like a pyramid. I was like, you don't have to recruit anybody in this company. You literally do not have to recruit anybody. You can promote all the way through. Like Sheila, for the longest time, she didn't want to recruit people, but she got promoted all the way to regional leader, made $80,000 of recruiting people. $80K, part-time, right? So as a producer, you can get 5 clients in a month, in the 30 calendar day, and we can promote you to district leader. You make over $1,000 in commission, and you get the district leader. And at that point, if you choose to recruit people, if you're smart and you say, hey, I want to make passive income. I don't want to work all my life. I don't want to work till I'm 65, 70, 72, 124. I want to stop working one day. So if you do choose to go the builder route, you can help somebody get licensed on your team. Recruit somebody, encourage them to take the test with you, encourage them to go to class with you, and help them get licensed. Now you just have to recruit 3 people on your team, do half of the premium production in a 30-day calendar, and you can become a district leader. So, I don't know why that's doing it again, but I'm going to leave you guys with a quote. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Go out there and get it, guys.